Johnny Dollar.
Mr. Dollar, this is Henry Foreman down here in Port Jarvis, New York.
Port Jarvis?
That's right.
Lucky man.
I beg your pardon?
Well, the Delaware River on one side and the Neversink on the other, and that Neversink just happens to be one of my favorite trout streams.
Oh, I see.
Many's the time I've wet a line in that piece of water. Foreman, did you say?
Yes, I'm the local representative for Inter-Allied Life Insurance Company.
What can I do for you, Mr. Foreman?
Not for me, Mr. Dollar, but for one of my clients. I should say the husband of one of our clients, one of our rather important clients.
Yes?
His name is Tekler, Rudolph Tekler, and he lives a few miles north here, the other side of Monticello.
I see.
Lovely place. 200 or 300 acres of beautiful woodland, a private lake, and so on.
Sounds very nice.
Usually, though, at this time of year, they're back in New York at their big apartment, one of those luxurious duplex affairs on East River.
Also sounds like they're really loaded.
Loaded? Oh, yes. Oh, you mean... yes, Mr. Dollar, they're quite wealthy.
Well, now, what's his problem?
I haven't the least idea.
All
I know is that he called me a few minutes ago, and he asked, well, as a matter of fact, he insisted that you come and see him. If, that is, you have some free time, and by that he meant anything from a few days to a few weeks.
Funny. Must have something to do with his insurance.
I don't know, sir.
Well, look, Mr. Foreman...
He did make it very plain that it's most important. Important to you, that is, to you personally.
To me?
Yes, he implied that if there were any question about your expenses, so on, why, he'd be more than glad to pay your expense account himself.
Ah.
Yes. Oh, in other words, Mr. Dollar...
In other words, maybe I can be a little free with the old expense account for a change.
Well, now, that isn't quite what I was thinking.
Well, let's pretend it was, though.
Well, now, look here...
Now, just relax, Mr. Foreman. I'll grab a plane or a train or something and be down there to see you.
Now, Mr.
I'll
Dollar...
see you.
The CBS Radio Network brings you Mandel Kramer in the exciting adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account. America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator,
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to the Inter-Allied Life Insurance Company office in Port Jarvis, New York. Following is an account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the Monticello mystery matter. Expense account item 1, $9.10 plane fare to New York. Item 2, $50 deposit on a rental car. I picked up Route 46, then 23, and some 70-odd miles later, pulled into Port Jarvis at the point where Pennsylvania, New Jersey, and New York all come together. It's a nice little city there on the Delaware. Quite a railroad center, and even better known for its glass companies. Henry Foreman's office was on Main Street, and after the usual howdy-do's, I again asked the question.
Believe me, Mr. Dollar, I don't know anything more about it than I told you on the phone. But in view of this company's policy of service to its clients, service of any kind, well, I felt we must accede to his request that you be brought down here.
I see.
And after all, when you consider the size of Mrs. Tekler's life policy alone, the annual premiums we collect on it, and remember this too, sir. She was a client of the company's long before she married Tekler. She's the widow of the late Horace Rathbun Mellinger. Well, you know.
The big steel and oil fortune.
Yeah.
Well, it's no wonder then the Teklers are loaded.
Precisely.
Well, just give me their address and I'll see what I can do about inaugurating a Share the Wealth program. I drove north on 42 for some 25 miles to Monticello. Especially at this time of the year, this foot of the Catskills country is mighty beautiful. Then west for a few miles to the little town of Bethel, then north on a narrow, twisting little road to a spot somewhere between Canosa Lake and Swan Lake. There was a tall steel wire fence about the place, but the heavy gate was unlocked, so I went on through. And there it was. About as isolated and beautiful a place as I've ever seen. It might as well have been 100 miles away from the dozens of resorts and vacation spots that dot that area. The main building, the lodge, I guess you'd call it, was a kind of a large, two-story log cabin affair with a high peaked roof that would shed the winter snow. It was surrounded on three sides by tremendous trees, and they framed the lodge perfectly. It was a picture spot of the sort you see in a movie. And on the fourth side, out in front of the lodge and not more than 100 yards away, one look at that blue, placid lake, and there must have been at least 20 acres of it, made me wish that I'd brought along every bit of fishing tackle I'd ever owned. As I stood there by the side of my car, taking it all in, a pair of lunker smallmouth bass jumped clear of the water, scattering it like the proverbial pearls in the sunshine.
So you like it, huh?
Like it? Oh, brother, what a fisherman's heaven this is.
Yes, it really is. And you must be Johnny Dollar, and I'm Rudy Tekla. And how are you?
Spellbound, if you want the truth. I didn't think a place like this ever really existed. Look at that. Did you see him?
I saw him.
Son of a gun, Mr. Tekla. That bass just broke water out there. Must be over 3 pounds. You're a fisherman, too?
Mm-hmm. I certainly am.
What are we doing just standing here?
I thought you might just possibly feel that way about it.
Why, sure. Why aren't we out there and... Oh, it is slightly out of season, isn't it?
Well, what's the difference? Private lake on private property. If the game warden comes around, I just shoo him away.
I also forgot that I'm supposed to be up here on business.
Oh? Are you?
Well, aren't I?
Not so far as I know.
You're kidding.
Not a bit.
Well, you sent for me, didn't you?
Yes, that's right. My wife and I sent for you, but not on business.
I don't get it. Not on business?
Not a bit of it.
Well, why then?
Johnny, suppose you go on into the house. Here, I'll help you with your bag.
Well, now, wait, Mr. Tekla.
Oh, now, come. Mr. Tekla, a fine fishing pal you're going to make. To you, it's Rudy, okay?
Okay, Rudy, fine. Now, what was that crack about a fishing pal?
Now, come along into the house, meet Nancy, my wife. Come on.
All right. But if you're implying that you sent for me just to fish this beautiful lake of yours...
Well, why not?
Well, I'm afraid it's a little hard to believe.
I don't see why.
Well, let's just say I've been around, Mr. Rudy.
Well, then maybe if Nancy tells you the same thing.
Well, much as I'd like to, I still won't believe it.
Come along and we'll see.
Maybe because of long years in this job of mine, I'm overly suspicious. But it all seemed just a little too good to be true. Now, I ask you, what would you think if a couple of complete strangers casually handed you the sort of chance and situation you've only dared dream about all your life? Yes, and when I met Mrs. Tekla there in the lodge, that silly little bell in the back of my head that saved my job and even my life on occasion, that warning, if you like, suddenly began to ring out loud and clear.
Have you ever stopped to realize how lucky we are? When people behind the Iron Curtain turn on their radios, they hear only what their leaders want them to hear. In this country, you can flick a switch day or night and get a true, complete report of what's happening everywhere. You get the news first, fastest, most accurately, and most completely when your dial is set to this CBS radio network station. Because the network is serviced by the far-flung fact-gathering facilities of expanded CBS News. Experienced CBS newsmen stationed in strategic places of the world over are on top of a story the moment it breaks. For news about local, state, national, and international affairs, even the news from out of this world, count on the frequent broadcasts of expanded CBS News. Hear CBS News every hour on the hour, every weekday. Wherever you are, keep in touch with the world through world-spanning CBS News. In this land where the news is free and reliable, let CBS News satisfy your need to know.
Mrs. Rudolph Tekla, beneficiary of the vast Horace Rathbone Mellinger fortune, was short, sweet, pert, and pretty. About 5 feet 2 or 3 with a trim, almost wiry figure. She had a pale, flawless complexion, sparkling dark blue eyes that contrasted with her light-colored hair, and she gave the impression of being very active, very alert, in spite of the fact that she must have been almost 60 years of age.
Then you do like our little country place, Mr. Dollar.
Like it? I love it, Mrs. Tekla.
Oh, I knew you would. We do, too, don't we, darling?
Well, you know the answer to that as well as I do, Nan.
And, Johnny, you must call me Nancy, even if only to flatter me and make me feel young again.
Well, you are young, Nancy.
Well, thank you. In spite of the fact I had to ask for it.
Not at all.
You see, Johnny, this was Horace's. He was my first husband. Horace's hunting lodge. We used to come up here during the deer season, and we'd have all sorts of people around shooting off guns and playing poker all night and eating their heads off and making a general nuisance of themselves. But Horace liked it, so I put up with it. spite of all the work it meant for me.
It certainly did, and it still does. And I think we ought to bring a couple of the servants up here.
Oh, now, darling.
Well, you work much too hard all the time we're here.
Yes, but I like getting away from the servants for a change. And all their problems.
Well, I know, Nan.
And
but...
it's no hardship for me. Does me good, keeps me healthy.
Well, just the same, Nancy, next year when we come up here...
Next year? Well, we'll see. But if I'm feeling as well as I do now... Well, anyway, Johnny...
Yes?
After Horace died, well, Rudy's never liked hunting, have you, dear?
Well, Johnny, I'm no sissy, but I just don't like killing, that's all. I mean, poor, dumb animals. Fishing, though? That's something else again.
I'm with you.
So, after Rudy and I got married, that was in 58, well, that's when he put in the lake. Stocked it with nice big bass and some pickerel and sunfish and bluegills and things.
Oh, you have me fairly drooling, you know that.
Well, I'm glad, because that's the reason I thought of having you up here. And when I suggested it to Rudy...
Now, honey.
Well, at first he thought I was silly. But then when he had a chance to think it over, he was just as enthusiastic about having you here as I was.
Just to go fishing?
Well, Johnny, I'll make a true confession. I'm an old fan of yours.
Oh?
I never miss those weekly radio reports you make on the cases you solve.
Well, maybe I'm lucky you don't know about the ones I don't solve.
I think the work you do is wonderful. And I've wanted to meet you for years.
Well, I thank you, ma'am.
Well, but never having any insurance problems, well, I just couldn't think of a logical excuse. And I knew you'd only be bored to death at any of the constant round of big, dull parties we have to give all winter long down in New York.
And believe me, Johnny, they are dull. But they're expected in this circle that we're obliged to travel in.
You know, Johnny, old friends of Horace's, so what can we do? Anyway, one Sunday night, listening to one of your radio reports, well, I suddenly realized you constantly talk about fishing. So here you are, and please stay as long as you like.
Nancy, I love you dearly.
Good. And by way of celebration, darling, why don't you pour us all a drink, huh?
Good idea.
And then while I'm fixing dinner, there'll still be about an hour of daylight. Why don't you two go out on the lake?
A very good idea.
And Johnny Dollar, if you don't bring back at least a couple of 5-pounders...
I promise, Nancy. Honest Injun. Short, sweet, pert, and pretty, I said. I should have added one more adjective. Smart. And that's why, in spite of her excuse for having me around, I wondered what her real reason was. But they didn't give me much time for wondering or anything else. Within half an hour, Rudy and I were out on the lake. That beautiful hunk of water so loaded with fighting bass that who could miss coming in with a limit? But we did. For no sooner had we got started across toward the far side, where there was plenty of the reeds and lily pads the big ones like to hide under.
Johnny, it looks to me...
Yeah, I see the place, Rudy, and if there aren't some lunkers over there, I'll eat my shirt.
No, what I was thinking
I still think we could have caught a sackful right off the dock.
But not the big ones. No, what I was thinking of is that mass of black clouds moving in on us there.
You're right. Look, there's a little shop building up in the water, too.
Yes, I'm afraid we're in for a sudden blow and a lot of rain. You know what that does to the fishing.
Oh, darn it, especially in a shallow lake like this one.
But I tell you, it's not as shallow as it looks.
No?
See, this was a kind of canyon up here in these mountains before we dammed it up, and some of the spots are nearly 20 feet deep.
Maybe we'd better figure... Uh-oh.
Yeah, here it comes.
Boy, don't you mean here it is. Wow.
Regular cloudburst. Certainly can't fish in this, can't even see where we are.
I'm afraid you're right, Rudy.
Well, don't you worry. We'll have plenty of time in the days ahead for all the fishing you can take.
Well, that may be a bigger order than you think.
Of course, if this blows over, we can come out tonight again. Sometimes the night fishing is great.
I'll try anything.
But as long as it keeps up like this... Oh, well, I'm sorry. So we'll go on back to the dock, if I can find it. Then back to the house, build a big fire. We can sit in front of it and drown our sorrows, huh?
You mean if we don't get ourselves drowned first?
Right.
After cocktails, and plenty of them, during the delicious dinner Nancy had cooked for us, although we talked about nothing but fishing, I began to wonder again. Because I suddenly became aware of something between these two that hadn't shown before, but I couldn't quite put my finger on. A sort of tension that they both very obviously tried to hide. This very young man and the older, wealthy woman he'd married. Later, in the living room, as we sat in front of a roaring fire and Rudy became a bit too generous with the highballs, especially his own, I wanted some more, because several times when he glanced over at her while she was talking to me, there was a very strange look in his eyes. Fear? Could it have been fear? But of what? I decided I'd better get him alone and talk to him, but by the time Nancy went up to her room to bed, the drinks had had their effect on him, and he didn't make very much sense.
Just one more little one, huh, Johnny? I mean, for a sort of nightcap.
No,
huh?
thanks, Rudy. I've had enough. You always drink this much?
Oh, well, remember what I said this afternoon? Drown your sorrows, I said. Drown your sorrows. Yeah, Johnny, it's a very good idea. Okay, bottoms up. Oh.
Rudy, are you worried about something?
Why, me? With lots of money, I never have to do liquor work. Nice little wife, couple of nice places to live. Not me, Johnny. Not a thing in the world. Not as long as I can drown my sorrows. Hey, let's have just one more.
Now, look, if the weather stays clear the way it is right now and we're going to do any fishing tomorrow morning, maybe we better hit the sack, huh?
Yeah, sure, okay. You find your way up to your room all right?
I think I can. The point is, can you?
Me? Oh, sure. Right next to Nancy's room. You're on the other side. Oh. Well, shall we?
I think we'd better. I helped him up to his room, put him to bed, and he promptly went out like a light. What he'd said about the clean, cool mountain air was certainly true. I slept like a log, almost as though I'd been drugged, and not because of the after-dinner drinks. I'd watched that pretty carefully. Then, shortly after sunup, came the rude awakening. Yeah, yes.
Johnny. Johnny!
Yes. What's the matter, Rudy? What is it?
It's Nancy. Something's happened to her. Come on, quickly, quickly!
Where can you find such entertainers as Buster Davenport and his Talking Minor Bird? Where can you find Lucille and her magic ocarina, or Little Billy and his 14-piece jug band? Well, frankly, we don't know where you can find them. But one sure thing, here on the CBS Radio Network, you find the top names in show business: Arthur Godfrey, Art Linkletter, Gary Moore, Bing Crosby, and Rosemary Clooney. And you find them here every weekday morning. Guaranteed entertainment, Monday through Friday, right here at the Star's address.
All right, what is it, Rudy? What's happened?
She's gone. Nancy's gone. Something's happened to her. Look at this. Her bed's been slept in, but she isn't here.
All right, now, just take it easy. Maybe she just got up early to fix breakfast for us before we go out on the lake.
No, Johnny. She isn't anywhere. I mean, not anywhere in the house. I've looked all over.
Out for an early walk, maybe.
What, without getting dressed?
How do you know that?
Look, the only things that are missing are the nightgown she wore and her robe and a pair of slippers.
Now, wait a minute. You mean you've checked every other article of clothing she owns?
Well, no, of course not. But those things are missing.
Did you look around the ground?
Oh, yes, all over. Except in the woods, of course.
Which just happens to cover most of this place of yours.
Johnny, the point is she's gone without letting me know. I say something's happened to her.
How many cars do you keep here?
Well, just the one, but it's still in the garage. Besides, Nancy doesn't drive.
Did you look for any footprints when you were outside?
Yes.
In the mud from that rain we had?
Yes, Johnny, there were none.
How about tracks down at the gate?
The road is paved down to the gate, even out to the highway.
Is there any way off the property except through that gate?
No, there's no other way out. What could have happened to her?
Just calm down, Rudy. Let me get some clothes on and we'll look around.
I hope she's all right.
Any reason why she shouldn't be?
Well, no, of course not, and yet...
Yes? Well?
Oh, there was something. Last night, Johnny, there in front of the fireplace.
Yeah?
Well, didn't you get the feeling, too, that she was worried about something?
Now that you mention it, yes. But what?
I wish I knew. Then maybe I'd know what's happened to her.
All right, you go downstairs and make some coffee while I get into my clothes. Then we'll have a look around. I still didn't understand all his alarm until we had to look around that place. And I mean all of it. There was no sign of her anywhere, no clue as to why or where she'd gone. And to leave by that front gate and only a nightgown and a robe, Rudy must have been wrong about that.
But even if she did change, why aren't those things still here? And why did she leave? And without letting me know, Johnny, it isn't like her.
Rudy, any problems between you two?
Oh, good heavens, no. Nothing serious.
In spite of all her money? And let's face it, your comparative youth...
Oh, now wait a minute. Now, I resent that, Johnny. I mean, whatever implication you're trying to make.
What about your drinking?
What, do you say that just because I happened to have a few too many last night? Oh, no, now that's ridiculous. And she would have told me if she'd really objected to it.
Speaking of which, I think I could use one.
Yes, so can I.
All right, I'll get her something.
No, I'll get them. The stuff is still on the bar from last night.
I'll get them, Rudy. You just sit tight and keep an eye out this front window in case.
Well, but I... All right. Bourbon, you know?
Yes, I know. It had really hit me. Two things. Several things. Like the complete lack of a hangover, though I'd had to help him up to bed only a few hours before. Nancy and I had been drinking scotch. He'd taken all of his from a bottle of bourbon, so I checked that bottle. Bourbon? Nothing but weak tea. So he'd been putting on an act last night. Why? And why the insistence on keeping my glass filled? More things. That crack about drowning his sorrow, for instance. Was Nancy his sorrow? Because she got wise to the fact that he'd married her only for money? And was she the one who was really afraid? Is that why she'd sent for me? Of course, he hadn't wanted me around at first until he realized what a wonderful cover-up I'd be for him. But then where was the body? There was one place, a very obvious place, maybe so obvious I wasn't expected to think of it. It's the obvious we most often overlook. Or was all this just wild speculation on my part? I had to find out.
You say a hunch, Johnny?
Yes, Rudy, and by some miracle, they usually pay off for me.
Well, what kind of a hunch?
There's one place on this property we didn't think of.
Where?
You just sit tight and finish your drink while I have a look.
Well, all right, Johnny.
You wait here. I'll be back in a few minutes. The little dam there at one end of the lake was a simple affair. Two concrete abutments with a wall of 12-inch planks between them, one on top of the other. To raise the water level, you added a plank, and to lower it, of course. It was a bit of a struggle to pry away the top one, but I managed it. And the water started pouring out into a sort of canyon below, and then, as I fully expected...
Johnny, what are you doing? Are you out of your mind?
Yes, I know, Rudy. I hate to spoil
The whole lake will go down.
You want to give me a hand and help me pull another one of these planks?
What?
Until we get the water low enough to see where you left her body after you killed her last night? Well, Rudy?
Johnny, look, it won't be necessary. You see, I'll show you the spot, but listen to me.
I'm listening.
Not only the insurance, but all of her estate, it'll mine. And without her to dole it out to me like she would to a child. And there's plenty. You see, there's plenty for both of us.
Rudy.
We'll both be rich, Johnny. You understand? You see what I mean? It'll be so easy.
Rudy, I hate to sound corny,
Yes?
but why don't you try telling that to a judge? Any comments? Why bother? I hate this kind of case. But it does happen. Expense account total, including mileage on the rental car and the trip back to Hartford, $71.70. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Now, here is our star to tell you about next week's story.
Next week, the Everglades of Florida. And believe me, there are spots in there that can be pretty dangerous. Join us, won't you? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, is written by Jack Johnstone, produced and directed by Bruno Zerato Jr., music supervision by Ethel Huber. Johnny Dollar is played by Mandel Kramer. Also featured in our cast were William Redfield as Rudy, Adele Ronson as Nancy, and Reynold Osborne as Henry Foreman. Be sure to join us next week, same time, same station, for another exciting story of yours truly, Johnny Dollar. This is Art Hanna speaking.
Johnny Dollar.
Dollar, this is Frank Francis at Tri-Western Life in Los Angeles.
Well, hiya.
How soon do you think you can get on out here?
Well, it's early evening here in the east. Sometime tomorrow morning be all right?
Well, I suppose it'll have to be. But unless you can get here before noon, there may be no point in your coming at all.
Noon your time.
Yeah.
Well, it's easy. There's a jet flight out of New York around 8 a.m. Eastern time. It'll get me to L.A. International around 11 your time.
Good. I'll meet you at the airport.
Well, what seems to be the trouble, Mr. Francis?
The recent death of one of our policyholders, Dollar. I hope you'll be able to find out for us if it was accidental or suicide.
Oh?
Or possibly even murder.
Murder.
Yes.
Okay.
CBS Radio brings you Bob Reddick in the exciting adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account, America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to the Tri-Western Life Insurance Company, Los Angeles office. Following is an account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the Simple Simon matter. Expense account item 1, early the next morning. $180.40 plane fare. The usual prevailing westerly winds didn't prevail, so the flight was even faster than scheduled. And the big jet set down at the L.A. International Airport well before 11 a.m. Pacific time, that is. True to his word, Frank Francis was there and waiting for me.
Right over here, Dollar.
Oh, okay, Frank. Excuse me, please. Will you excuse me, please?
If you have any heavy luggage waiting to be taken off the plane, I'm afraid we'd better pick it up later.
Everything I own is in this kind of glorified briefcase.
Good. Because we have to be sure that we're back in my office before noon. Come on. My car's out here at the curb.
All right. But why is the time element so important?
Because of a phone call I'm expecting. For you. Get in, Johnny.
Phone call for me?
Yeah. Come on, get in, huh?
From whom, Frank?
I'll tell you all about it on the way in.
All right, whatever you say. Well?
Johnny, at the present moment, the death of Jerry Hilton, Gerald Raymond Hilton, to be more exact, is on the books as accidental or possible suicide.
And you wrote his insurance?
For some $16,000. Straight life with double indemnity in case of accidental death.
The beneficiary?
His wife.
Go on, Frank.
It happened about a week ago on a side road. Or rather, off a side road in the vicinity of Newhall.
Where is Newhall?
About 35 miles north of here. 2,000 or 3,000 people, some farmland, a bunch of oil wells.
Go on.
Hilton was apparently driving around a bad curve on the side of a hill. Narrow, dusty little dirt road. He apparently lost control and went over into a rather deep canyon full of big rocks. There wasn't too much left of his car, and apparently Hilton died immediately.
So it looked like an accident.
Apparently.
And that's the fourth time now, that you've used that word apparently.
Deliberately, Johnny.
Why?
There isn't much of a police force out that way, but believe me, they're on their toes. Those boys went over the scene of that so-called accident with a fine-tooth comb.
What do they find, Frank?
They found that Hilton's car had stopped there on that curve. Or maybe been stopped is a better term.
Why do you say that?
Because of a phone call I got yesterday, the one we're expecting at noon.
A phone call?
Yeah.
Frank, that bush that you're beating around is getting kind of big.
I know. Well, okay. The tire tracks showed that Hilton's car had stopped and then not skidded, but had been driven slowly over the edge.
Now, about that phone call.
Well, couple that with the fact that he was half crazy with financial troubles. He'd already borrowed a couple of $1,000 on his insurance. And the fact that his wife, and believe me, he was devoted to her, that his wife has been sick and yet still trying to work in some factory to keep him in food and clothing, and, well, it pretty clearly indicated suicide made to look like an accident.
Do the police agree on that?
All the way. Hilton's been a complete failure. He had nothing except a shady reputation. The only thing left to give to his wife to keep her alive was the insurance. Needless to say, with her 3-year-old kid, I forgot to mention him, with the kid needing an operation for something or other immediately, She's already put in a claim.
But if it was suicide, she can't collect.
Exactly.
Which, I suppose, is just what you'd like.
No.
Oh?
No, Johnny. I've known about Marjorie Hilton a long time, ever since high school. I think she really tried to make a go of that marriage to Jerry, despite his failure to support her and his rather questionable record.
You mean he had a police record?
Not actually, but I'm sure he deserved one.
I see. Now, Frank, tell me this. On the phone last night, you said it could possibly even be murder.
Because of the call I just received.
From whom?
Somebody who wouldn't identify himself.
Himself?
Yes. He was quite definite, and he said just two things. That because of what he knew, we'd better get ready to pay off the insurance.
And second?
That he wouldn't give his information to anybody but you.
I wonder why.
He wouldn't say. He only said to get you out here right away. That he'd call today at noon and talk, but only to you.
Now, let's get into your office and wait for that call. Or maybe it was just a gag, Frank, because according to my watch, it's nearly 10 minutes after 3.
You forgot to reset it on the way out here.
Oh, yeah.
But you may be right at that, Johnny. Maybe it was just some practical joker, maybe some crank. You'd be surprised at the You pick it up. I'll take it on this extension here.
Right. Hello?
I have a person-to-person call for Mr. Johnny Dollar.
Yeah, from where, operator?
San Diego.
Well, I'm Johnny Dollar.
Thank you. One moment, please. Go ahead, please.
Hello?
Hello?
Dollar?
That's right.
Yeah, I recognize your voice.
Who are you?
Listen, Dollar, that Jerry Hilton wasn't no accident.
Wasn't it?
Wasn't no suicide neither. Jerry was murdered. I know who done it.
Well, now, unless you tell me who you are...
Make no difference, not yet. But when you meet me tonight, so's I can tell you what I know.
Meet you where?
On the Tascadero Pier, down here in Dago.
Tascadero?
Yeah, Tascadero, out on the end of the pier at the cargo hoist.
Now, listen, I'd like...
Be there alone, see? At 11 o'clock tonight.
Is this a gag or some kind of a trick?
No trick, Dollar. You want to know who knocked off Jerry Hilton, don't you?
Well, of course, but who are you?
Maybe you'll recognize me.
Now, wait a minute.
I'll see you tonight.
Hello? Hello? Well, Frank?
Well, Johnny...
There are many who hold blindly that all is perfect with these United States. But former President Eisenhower did not believe this. He formed a nonpartisan commission to look into our national ways and to set forth, after thorough examination, a list of national goals. The kind of America we can be in the future, the impression we make on the rest of the world. Our national image depends on how fully the nation follows the recommendations of this nonpartisan commission. The complete report has been made up into a booklet, which is yours free if you want it. CBS Radio and its affiliated stations believe this to be an important national statement. We hope you'll send for it. Simply send your name and address on a postcard to Goals, Box 1776, New York 17, New York.
You mean you're going to keep this date with that anonymous phone caller? I wouldn't.
The police think Hilton was a suicide.
No.
Which would save your company a lot of money.
No, not a lot as life insurance policies go. And I'd much prefer to see it paid out to his widow. But of course, if it was suicide...
You know that voice on the phone? You know something, Frank? It had a familiar sound.
Sounded like some thug to me, Johnny. And if so...
But I can't place it. Anyhow, he said it was murder. There's only one thing for me to do, and that's keep that date with him.
Johnny.
Yeah?
Johnny, don't you see? You may be walking into some kind of a trap.
Why? Who wants to trap me? Over what?
A man in a job like yours has enemies. Bound to have. This could be very dangerous.
Dangerous? You mean like crossing a busy street intersection?
Oh, now listen.
Or driving around in some of today's traffic?
Now, don't kid about this.
Who's kidding?
If you go down there tonight and out on that pier to meet him, well, believe me, you'd better have some police protection.
And scare him away? No, he said to meet him alone.
Even so.
Forget it, Frank. I'll be okay.
I certainly hope so.
So do I. Expense account item 2, $50 deposit on a rental car. Before driving the 130 miles of freeway down to San Diego, though, I got her address from Frank and paid a visit to Jerry Hilton's widow, Marjorie. She was small, thin, about 23 or 24, pretty in her own way, but with far too many lines of care in her face for one of her age. The second-floor apartment was tiny and badly furnished. My little boy Tommy lay on a small cot in the corner of the bedroom, and he was a mighty sick-looking kid. However, she told me a free clinic had agreed to do the rather serious intestinal operation that was needed. I wondered why she hadn't thought of a clinic before.
And when I get the insurance money, I guess I better pay him for it, hadn't I, Mr. Dollar?
Well, I hope you do get it, Mrs. Hilton.
Oh, now look, Jerry wouldn't ever have committed suicide, no matter how far down his luck was.
Not even in the hope that it wouldn't be found out you'd be able to collect the insurance money? Was there anything else that he could do to get you away from having to live like this?
Oh, listen, he tried, Mr. Dollar. He tried all the time. You think it was his fault he couldn't make a living?
Doing what? Well?
I don't know. I don't know how Jerry got that money that he had when him and me got married last year.
You don't know how your own husband... Last year? Then little Tommy isn't his child?
No, sir. Oh, but Jerry treated him just like he was. He'd do anything he could for him, just anything, for the both of us.
Oh, sure, I can see that.
What does that mean?
Nothing. Do you know of any enemies that Jerry might have had?
Oh, I don't even know who his friends were, Mr. Dollar. There was just Jerry and me and Tommy. Oh, and he treated us good. Well, until he run out of money. But he was sure something was going to turn up pretty soon, and...
Something legitimate?
You mean you think that Jerry could ever do anything crooked?
Do you? But then you don't seem to have known very much about him.
Well, all I know is he was good to me. He was good to the both of us. He was a lot better than that punk. Than Tommy's real father was.
What was his name?
What if he did give me a lot of fancy clothes and jewels and things? Well, he wasn't the first one. Now that Jerry's gone, I can have those kind of things again.
Who was he, Margie?
His name was Allie Parsons. When Tommy was born, he walked out on me.
Alfred H. Parsons, and the H stands for heroin. You're talking about a man the narcotics squad has been after for the past 5 years.
Well, all I know, he was always hiding away from somebody or something. When he come around and tried to see me again a couple of weeks ago, well, Jerry threw him out.
And came to see you, huh?
Yeah. All this soft talk about doing something for Jerry and me and the kid. Well, Jerry didn't believe it. Oh, Allie was awful good at that soft talk and the promises. Even to getting me back with him, time after time when I was married to him. I'm wise to him now. I told Jerry, and he threw him out.
A couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
Has Allie been back since Jerry died?
Well, why should he?
Well, you look a little pale and worn and tired. Maybe even a little hungry, Mrs. Hilton. But you're a very attractive girl, nonetheless.
What?
Well, thanks. Thanks very much. Now I've got to meet that man in San Diego. Here. This is just in case Tommy needs something extra while he's in the hospital.
$50?
I think the insurance company would okay this sort of an advance.
Well, I thought you were trying to tell me they wouldn't pay.
Well, maybe I've changed my mind. But there was something about Marjorie Hilton that puzzled me. In spite of the way she talked. Or maybe because of it. Somehow she made me think of the typical movie gun moll who'd play along with anybody she thought was on the way up. I drove down to San Diego. While it was still daylight, I got a line on the Tascadero Pier. It was one of the older ones, some distance below the main part of that busy port. There were no ships tied up to it, nothing but trash in the long warehouse built up on it. All in all, it was in pretty bad shape, probably in line for condemnation by the progressive city of San Diego. I hoped there'd be plenty of light on it when it came time for my meeting out there on the end of it. Speaking of time, I killed a couple of hours in a movie, and then had dinner in the grill room at the U.S. Grant, took in another movie, and it all adds up to item 3, $12.50. And by then it was nearly 11 p.m. There was no moon. Or if there was, you couldn't see it because of the heavy fog that had settled down over the waterfront. Well, why kid about it? I wondered if I wasn't being a little foolish in plotting the length of that abandoned pier in the darkness to keep a rendezvous with what? Even if the pier had been well lighted, I wouldn't have been able to see more than 20 or 30 feet ahead of me. I found myself walking softly, listening for, well, perhaps for the footsteps of somebody else. But who? I didn't even know the name of the man I was supposed to meet out there, much less what he was really up to. Sure, I had the old .38 handy, but in that darkness, in that fog.
Dollar. Dollar, over here. Come on, but quiet, see?
Yeah, sure.
Here beside this big box where nobody can see us.
See us? Are you kidding in this pea super?
That's it. Now listen, I gotta talk fast.
Simon.
Yeah.
Simon Hacker, simple Simon.
That's right, but not too simple to look out for myself. So now listen.
You're the punk I chased halfway across the state of Kansas once and then had to let go because you didn't have what I was after.
Only you didn't really have to let me go. You could have nailed me.
Yes, and you're the punk who couldn't or wouldn't tell the cops where they could lay their hands on Allie Parsons.
All right, so now I do know where he is. So could I go to the cops?
Sure.
Why, you think they'd believe me now? You think they wouldn't just lock me up for life?
Darn fool, they'd do anything for you to get information on Parsons.
Yeah, but you think Allie wouldn't find out if I did? You think he wouldn't kill me for it?
Like he knocked off Jerry Hilton, maybe? Well, did he, Simon?
Listen, I know that you'll protect me. You're the only dick that ever give me a break.
Simon?
And when you nail him, Allie Parsons, for what I'm telling you, maybe you could get me off of the hook with the cops.
Maybe.
So listen, up at Newhall, they knew that was no accident, Jerry's car going off that curve. And maybe they don't say it, but maybe they know that Jerry was dead before that car went over.
You're telling me that Allie killed him?
Don't you see? Allie wanted his girl back, that Margie that was married to Jerry.
Can you prove that Allie murdered him?
All the proof you need, Zolla.
Good. Now here, Simon, knowing how you work, maybe 50?
Maybe 100.
Okay. Here.
Thanks, Dollar. You're okay. So listen, while I tell you how I know he killed Jerry Hilton.
Yeah?
Simon!
Those last 3 shots from somewhere in the foggy darkness of the pier had been meant for me. I dove in over the edge, and then slowly, quietly swam in among the pilings back to the shore. Soaking wet, I piled into my car and drove to the headquarters of the harbor police. They immediately sent out a couple of men to look for Simon Hacker, or what was left of him, and gave the regular police an alert on Allie Parsons. They also helped me dry out my clothes. Well, that gave me time to think. Marjorie Hilton was my only real lead to Jerry's killer now. Obviously the same one who blasted away at Simon and me there on the pier. Obviously Allie Parsons, or one of his mob. And Allie was again making a play for Margie. Maybe she had gone to high school, but she wasn't very bright. And if what she'd told me was true, about the clothes and the jewels he'd given her, about always going back to him before Jerry came along, well, in spite of what she'd said about Allie, she'd probably be a pushover for him again. I thanked the harbor police. I got into my car, and I tore on back to L.A. to her apartment. It was nearly 4 a.m., but she had a light on. Because of the sick youngster? Maybe. Mrs. Hilton?
Who is it?
It's Johnny Dollar.
Oh, just a second.
I saw the light on. Well, now, what does all this mean?
Well, I told you when you were here before. I'm taking little Tommy to the hospital for his operation today.
You got enough bags packed here for you and Tommy? All right, Margie, what goes?
I told you.
Yeah, you told me. You also told me a lot of things this afternoon, maybe enough to make me suspicious.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You were pretty emphatic about how good Jerry had been to you. So much so it began to sound like an act. You didn't really expect me to believe that you had no idea where Jerry'd got his money, or Allie Parsons when you were married to him.
Well, how should I know what they did?
And I wouldn't be surprised if there were 3 or 4 other husbands before them also in the racket.
But there were only 2 before... Oh.
Only 2 before.
Now, you listen, Mr. Dollar.
Why did Allie Parsons kill Jerry? To get you back because he was afraid that Jerry might tip off the police to his latest activities in narcotics? He did kill him, didn't he?
Well, you're nuts.
The same as he tried to kill, or maybe did kill Simon Hackett tonight down in San Diego, where you knew I was going. So you tipped off Allie Parsons, and now you're set to go somewhere and meet him.
Yeah? Well, I don't have to.
Now, what's that supposed to mean?
Allie, get me out of this.
Allie!
Don't reach for it, Dollar.
Oh, that's real cute of you, Margie. Hello, Parsons.
Just keep him up real high. Then I'll take this gun of yours for myself. Might come in real handy for me sometime with your prints all over it. Thanks.
Pleasure, Allie. Now what?
Now? Oh, now you face that wall there, and I'll put a bullet right in your head. You see, now that you know I killed Jerry, I've got to get rid of you, too.
Now listen,
no.
Allie.
Shut up, Margie. It's the only way.
Of course, you know what the sound of a shot will bring, Parsons.
With this nice old-fashioned silencer? But close the door to the hall anyway, will you, Margie?
Oh, sure, Allie, but don't you think...
Shut up and close the door.
Okay, whatever you say, only...
Oh, no, you... Hold it, Parsons.
Simon!
Watch out, Allie! Come!
Okay, boys, that's enough. That's enough.
Okay, Lieutenant.
Like the U.S. Marines, Lieutenant.
Well, Dollar, when they hauled Simple Simon here out of the drink and he told the boys what was going on...
Wait a minute. How do you feel, Simon?
Not so hot, Dollar. I guess I kind of waited too long to go straight.
Easy, Simon, easy.
But I tried, Dollar. I tried.
Yeah, Simon. I'm afraid you did wait too long. But you tried. Want to take over, Lieutenant? Margie and the boy, I don't know. I kind of felt sorry for the poor kid, Tommy. But her, I can't help wondering if she even deserves a break. Expense account total, including the trip back to Hartford, we'll call it $450 even. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Now, here is our star to tell you about next week's story.
For next week, a most ingenious method of blackmail. Join us, won't you? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, starring Bob Reddick, is written by Jack Johnstone, produced and directed by Bruno Zerato Jr., musical supervision by Ethel Huber. Heard in our cast were Jackson Beck as Frank Francis, Elizabeth Lawrence as Marjorie, Mason Adams as Simple Simon, Bernard Grant as Allie Parsons, and Maurice Tarplin as the police lieutenant. Be sure to join us next week, same time, same station, for another exciting story of yours truly, Johnny Dollar. This is Art Hanna speaking. Alan Jackson's informative feature, Information Central, weekdays on the CBS Radio Network.
WBBM-FM, Chicago.
Wrigley's Spearmint Chewing Gum, the refreshing, delicious treat that gives you chewing enjoyment, presents for your listening enjoyment John Lund as Johnny Dollar.
This Joe Benson. You call me?
Oh, yeah, Lieutenant. I'm from Federal Underwriters.
Loan away from Hartford?
Yeah. They sent me to get a report on the National Savings and Loan holdup.
Oh, I see.
How's the watchman?
Well, he died about half hour ago.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Shot 3 times. Hardly had a chance.
Did he ever regain consciousness?
Yes. Long enough to give us a make on one of the 4 guys who heisted the place.
Well, that's something.
Look, if you want a report, you better come on down and get it firsthand.
I'll be there in 10 minutes, Lieutenant.
The makers of Wrigley's Spearmint Chewing Gum bring you John Lund in a transcribed adventure of the man with the action-packed expense account, America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Wrigley's Spearmint Chewing Gum refreshes you. Wrigley's Spearmint Chewing Gum gives you real chewing enjoyment. Yes, for chewing enjoyment plus refreshment, it's Wrigley's Spearmint Chewing Gum. The lively, delicious flavor of Wrigley's Spearmint cools your mouth, helps keep your throat moist, and gives you a nice little lift. The good, smooth chewing of Wrigley's Spearmint helps keep you feeling fresh and alert, adds enjoyment to whatever you're doing. So for chewing enjoyment plus refreshment, treat yourself often to Wrigley's Spearmint Chewing Gum. Healthful, refreshing, delicious.
Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to Federal Underwriters Incorporated, 223 Spear Boulevard, Hartford, Connecticut. The following is an accounting of expenditures during my investigation of the Dameron matter. Expense account item 1, $240, plane fare and incidentals, Hartford to San Francisco. I arrived 10 hours after the news of the National Savings and Loan holdup reached the office. Lieutenant Benson was waiting for me when I got to the city hall.
Yeah, you're just in time, Dollar. My men picked up Bernie Manners a few minutes ago. He's down the hall.
Manners? He the one you got an identification on?
Yes. The watchman looked at some mugs we pulled from the files and spotted him right away. Said Manners was one of the 4 men who did the job.
Oh, it's quick work.
Shall we go on down?
Yeah, sure. What about this Manners?
Well, he's a 2-time loser. 25 arrests on his card. All the way from narcotics violation to armed robbery. We'll see what he has to say before we check out his mama sheet.
How'd they get him?
When the watchman made him, we put out an APB. One of the units spotted him because he was going into a saloon. This way.
Oh. Have any trouble?
No.
They find anything on him?
$2.40. No gun, nothing. You got a smoke?
Oh, yeah, sure.
I'm fresh out.
Yeah, here you go.
Oh, thanks. Well, what do you think of our weather out here?
Oh, pretty nice, pretty nice. We're still having snow.
I haven't been east in 13 years. Forgotten what it looks like.
I don't know what you guys are talking about. I didn't have nothing to do with nothing.
This Manners?
Yeah. Sergeant Friedman, Johnny Dollar.
Hi.
Hiya.
Hello, Bernie.
Hello, Lieutenant.
Well, let's have it.
Of what?
A story on the National Savings and Loan job.
I don't know anything about the National Savings and Loan job.
4 men walked in there about midnight last night, shot the watchman, cracked the safes, and got away with $65,000. Now you know about it?
I don't know anything. What are you guys trying to hang on me?
Where were you last night, Bernie?
When last night?
Between 10 o'clock and 2 o'clock?
I was in my room sleeping.
Can you prove you were sleeping last night in your room?
Who can prove they were sleeping?
A landlady, somebody like that.
I don't know.
What do you know?
Huh?
About the National Savings job.
Nothing. I don't know nothing.
Look, Bernie, you can make this thing a whole lot easier.
I can?
Now, who worked it with you?
Who were the other 3 men in on it?
Oh, come on, Bernie. You were always pretty good at talking.
I'm not going to tell you anything. I don't have anything to tell you.
How are you making a living these days?
What?
What do you do for a living?
Why, I've been driving a truck up to last week.
Yeah? Where?
Coast Trucking Outfit.
Did you quit?
I was fired.
Why?
I got in a beef with the boss.
Check that.
Yeah.
Lieutenant Benson and Sergeant Friedman continued to question the suspect. He refused to admit any part in the burglary of the National Savings and Loan Company or to name any people who were connected with it. An hour went by.
He still refused to talk. 2 hours.
I'm getting tired.
So am I.
All of us are tired, Bernie. Now, look, why don't you open your face so we can get some rest?
I've told you I didn't have anything to say. Who's this joker?
Me? My name's Dollar, Bernie. I'm from the insurance company.
What's he doing here?
Worrying about you and your friends.
You don't have to worry about me, Dollar.
I'll try not to.
I thought maybe you was a lawyer. Do I get to see a lawyer?
What do you want to see a lawyer for?
To get out of here, that's why.
You aren't getting out of here, Bernie. You know that. Now, tell us all about it.
Come on, Bernie. You know it's all over. We got enough to take you into court right now.
Don't give me that.
Don't you believe it?
No.
Hand me that.
Yeah, sure. Here.
Thanks. You know what this is, Bernie?
No.
It's a notarized statement from the watchman that was killed. His name was Fuller. I talked to him just before he died. You know what this says? It says that you were one of the 4 men who robbed the National Savings and Loan Company last night. Listen. Me. Please state your full name. Him. Henry Fuller. Me. Where do you live? Him. 235 22nd Avenue. Me. I understand that you are seriously hurt. Is that true? Him. Yes. Me. Do you believe that you are about to die from injuries you have received? Him. Yes. Me. Have you any hope of recovery from the effects of these injuries? Him. No.
Listen,
Shut up, Bernie, and listen.
Me. Who caused the injuries from which you are suffering? Him. One of the robbers. Me. Is this a picture of one of the men who caused your injuries? Him? Yes. He was looking at a mugshot of you, Bernie. There were 4 witnesses in that hospital room when Fuller made this statement. It's a positive identification on you. Well?
Can I have a glass of water?
Later, maybe.
Who were the other men?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Questioning went on. Another hour passed. Everybody got pretty tired. Manners still admitted nothing. It was the usual method of interrogation. Hammer away, hammer away. Sooner or later, he'd spill something important. Lieutenant Benson knew his job.
Once more, Bernie. Who were the other men?
For the 20th time, there were no other men.
There were 4 of you, Bernie.
Why didn't we play bridge?
Tell us what you did all day yesterday.
What?
Start with from the time you got up.
Try to remember.
Yeah, we're all interested.
Well, what is this?
Go on, Bernie. Tell it.
What? I got up about 10 and I fooled around all day and I got to bed early.
Very nice.
What do you want me to tell you?
What you did all day. Who you were with. Where you went.
Oh.
And after you tell us that, you can tell us how you worked on the National Savings and Loan Office.
I'll tell you nothing.
All right, what's your name?
What?
What's your name?
Bernie Manners, you know my name.
Where do you live?
I told you.
Tell us your address.
2020 Army Street.
Who worked with you?
Nobody.
Yeah, just a minute. Benson? Yeah. Okay, that'll do it. Yeah. That was about you, Bernie.
What about me, Lieutenant? What about me?
Guess what the crime lab found tucked behind one of the cushions in the front seat of your car?
Oh?
$20,000, Bernie. You didn't hide it very well.
I didn't think you'd be looking.
Did you use your car?
Yeah.
Who were the others?
Eddie Page, Jack Ivers.
One more.
The other guy was called Chick. I didn't know him.
Chick one.
Just Chick. He figured the whole thing.
Who contacted you?
Eddie, he put me in on. The chick ran it.
Where can we get hold of Chick?
I don't know.
And what about ADP?
I don't know.
Jack Ivers?
No.
It won't do you any good to lie now.
I'm not lying. I just don't know where you can get hold of any of them.
Now, what'd you do after the job?
We all got in my car and beat it. I let them off near the Fairmont.
All three of them?
Yeah.
That way you split the money?
No, we did that before we left the loan company. Look, I'm tired.
Now, one more thing. Who shot Fuller?
This chick.
Are you sure?
Well, he was the only one who had a gun. Sure, I'm sure.
Why'd they shoot him?
I couldn't figure that myself. We're all leaving the place. Watchman was all tied up and there was no trouble. Chick walked over, stuck the gun in his back, and let him have it.
Bernie Manners gave us a description of the man known only as Chick. It was pretty much the same as the description given by the watchman. A check through the moniker files revealed a possible 23 persons who answered the general description and background of Chick. Manners was shown a picture of each one. Couldn't identify any of them. I went back to my hotel and went to bed. The next morning, I was with Lieutenant Benson.
They checked the slugs taken from Fuller's body.
Any luck?
Now, they came from a .45 automatic revolver. Looks like it might be a Colt.
Well, that checks with what Manners said.
Yeah, but nothing in our files on the gun itself. Manners is in the mugroom now. If this chick ever did time in any California prison, we'll have him on file.
The hard way, huh?
Hard case. Man's been killed.
What about the other two, Page and Ivers?
Ivers was released from San Quentin 3 months ago. Parole office gave us an address for him on Turk Street. Quinlan Friedman went out there, but the people who run the rooming house say Ivers hasn't been around for 2 days. I've got the place staked out.
What was he in San Quentin for?
Grand theft auto. Did 4 years.
That the only time he fell?
Mm-hmm. Page has had a little more experience. He's older than Manners or Ivers. He's a 2-time loser. Both convictions were for armed robbery. Police in Denver want him for questioning, too.
Any leads on him?
No local address. He has a sister who lives in Eureka. Police there are talking to him. Should be getting something pretty soon. Communication's been broadcasting this every 30 minutes all night long.
I left Lieutenant Benson so I could talk with the auditors who'd been working with the people at National Savings and Trust. By that time, they determined that $68,000 had been taken in the robbery. I spoke to the claims adjuster who'd flown in from Hartford and the officials of the company. I explained the situation with the police and the recovery of $20,000 of the stolen money. They agreed to suspend their claim, pending the arrest of the other 3 suspects and the possible recovery of the entire loot. Expense account item 2, 10 cents. Phone call. I checked with Lieutenant Benson about 4 o'clock.
Hi.
Hi.
You're just in time. We got a lead on Page.
Oh, yeah?
1485 Clare Street.
I'll meet you out in front.
Right.
Expense account item 3, $1.35. Cab fare to the address on Clare Street.
Hi.
Hi. In there?
Yeah. You want to be in on this?
If it's all right with you.
Okay. Friedman's covering the back entrance. Quinlan's in the lobby.
Let's go. How'd you get it?
Eureka police talked to Page's sister. Said she'd been writing him here under the name of Ernest Lawyers.
Oh.
Want to take it over there?
Yeah.
Who's there? Looking for Mr. Lawyers. You Mr. Lawyers?
Yeah. What do you want?
Package.
Who from?
It's, Mrs. William Redding, Eureka, California. I have to sign for it.
Okay.
You want to see You alone, Page?
Who are you?
Police. Get your hat. Come on, let's go. Want to take a look over there, Donald?
Yeah.
What is this? Bernie Manners spilled it all.
Look out. He's got a gun.
Drop that, Page.
No good, mister.
Well, you lousy cut.
All right. All right.
Come on, get up. Put your hands out. All right, let's go, Page.
Friends, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, you'll enjoy chewing Wrigley's Spearmint Gum. Chew Wrigley's Spearmint while you're working. The lively, full-bodied flavor of Wrigley's Spearmint gives you a refreshing little lift. The smooth, pleasant chewing of Wrigley's Spearmint Gum helps keep you feeling relaxed and satisfied. Makes your job seem easier. Chew Wrigley's Spearmint Gum in your home, when you're out walking or driving, when you're enjoying sports and other activities. Wrigley's Spearmint Gum tastes good anytime, and the natural chewing aids digestion and helps keep your teeth bright and attractive. Yes, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, you'll enjoy chewing Wrigley's Spearmint Chewing Gum. Healthful, refreshing, delicious. And now, with our star, John Lund, we bring you the second act of Yours Truly, Johnny Dollar.
Sergeants Quinlan and Friedman took the suspect, Eddie Page, downtown. I drove over to the emergency hospital with Lieutenant Benson, where they patched up the cut in his temple where Page had slugged him with his gun. After that, we returned to headquarters. Sergeant Friedman met us outside the interrogation room.
How do you feel, Joe?
Oh, headache. And what about him?
Real quiet so far.
Fine.
We went over the apartment. Now, you'll be happy about this, Dollar.
More money?
$15,000 stuck in his suitcase.
Your insurance company's doing well so far.
Yeah.
Well, let's see about Tough Boy. Remember me?
I remember both of you.
How's your head? I'll get over it.
How's your chin?
I'd like to get at you again.
Kind of like to get at you.
That's all he's been saying ever since he landed.
You're tied in with Bernie Manners and Jack Ivers on this thing, Page.
Am I?
Yeah. And that's enough for us.
I suppose you're going to send me to prison.
I suppose we are.
Some talk.
Who's Chick?
Chick?
The other guy.
I don't know.
Where's Ivers?
I don't know. Bernie had to stay in here 6 hours. How long are you going to take, Page? As long as you like. We've got all the time in the world.
So have I. You know, we found your cut of the job in your room. Bernie's already told us about you. You're not going to admit anything, huh?
Why should I?
Man was killed on that job. There's a murder charge to go along with everything else.
Do tell. You can make it easy on yourself, Page. Easier for you. Okay. That's the way you want it? Friedman.
Yeah.
You and Quinlan stay with this bird. Stay with him if it takes all night and all day and all night. I want to see how long he can last.
Well, now okay.
Come on, darling.
Well, what now?
I'm hungry.
Expense account item 4, $6.35. Drinks and dinner for Lieutenant Benson and myself. After eating, we returned to the interrogation room and the questioning of the suspect, Eddie Page. Although he knew there was enough evidence against him to make a burglary and homicide charge stick, he still refused to admit his part in the burglary or to give us the full name of the man known simply as Chick. About 10 o'clock that night, a man who ran a drugstore on Geary Street telephoned that he thought he might have some information that would help. I drove over there with Lieutenant Benson.
Foggy.
Yeah, sure is.
Oh, good evening. Can I help you, please?
We'd like to talk to Mr. Smith.
Yeah. Oh, you're the police? Well, I'm Smith.
I'm Lieutenant Benson. This Mr. Dollar.
How do you do?
You said you had something that might help, Mr. Smith?
Indeed I do, Mr. Dollar. Indeed I do. I read all about the burglary in the papers yesterday, and, well, I have this.
A bill wrapper from National Savings and Loan.
Yes?
Where'd you get this, Mr. Smith?
I found it on the floor, right here in the store.
You know who dropped it?
Yes, I think so.
Who?
Well, a man who was in here earlier. I think he dropped it.
What did he look like?
Well, he was tall. He was kind of husky. Oh, he was about 35 years old, I'd say. He wore kind of a dark hat and a trench coat.
You ever seen him in here before?
No, just tonight.
What did he buy, Mr. Smith?
Quite a few things.
Well, like what?
Well, 3 bottles of scotch, and some mixer, and some ice, and some cigarettes.
Uh-huh, I see. When did you find the wrapper?
Right after he paid me for the things.
What size bill did he give you?
It was a 50.
You still have it?
Yes.
Could we look at it, please?
Well, surely. Yes, this way. Here you are.
Thanks.
No, huh?
Brand new.
Did you happen to notice if he left in a car, Mr. Smith?
No, he was on foot. When I found the wrapper on the floor and then remembered the newspaper story, I ran outside to take a look to see which direction he went. He walked right across the street.
You mean he might possibly live around here?
I think so. Like right there, you see? He went into the Alden Hotel.
How long ago was this?
Oh, my, that was not over 15 minutes ago. Hey!
What?
That's him, just coming out on the street there.
Get back.
Can you see his face?
No, not yet.
Is he one of the men you're looking for?
I don't know yet. Sounds like it.
Lieutenant.
Yeah?
Take a look.
Jack Ivers. Let's go. You.
Yes, sir.
Call downtown.
Hey, you. Hold it up just a minute.
He's going for the alley.
Yeah. He ducked right in there, I think.
Yeah. Be careful, Johnny. Okay?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Throw out the gun, Ivers. You don't have a chance. Down!
Yeah. He's gonna try for that fence down there.
Yeah, let's go. He can't see us in the shadows.
And he made the fence.
Come on. See anything?
Too dark.
Somewhere in here. Hey. Over there?
Yeah.
Anything?
No.
The apartment house.
He went in the back door.
Yeah. Get down.
You okay?
Okay. Ivers! This is your last chance. Somebody will get hurt if we don't stop him.
That did it.
What's it look like?
Oh, he's done for it.
Well, I better phone in.
Jack Ivers, one of the suspects connected with the burglary of the National Savings and Loan Office, died instantly while attempting to escape arrest. While we waited for the coroner's men to arrive, we searched his body and found $12,000 of the stolen money concealed in a money belt around his waist. I accompanied Lieutenant Benson to the Alden Hotel, where we learned from the desk clerk that Ivers had checked in the previous day using the name of David Ward. The clerk said that he shared the room with a man who'd registered as Charles Daly. Daly was still in the room, as far as the clerk knew. We went upstairs.
Well, if this is checked, it's been a good day's work.
Yeah.
210.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Could have sneaked out.
Let's find out. Well,
I'll be.
Drunk?
As you can get.
That's the way I like to pick 'em up. Quiet.
The man passed out in the hotel room was identified as Chester Dameron, Toledo, Ohio. A check with authorities there revealed he had a criminal record covering 17 years. His nickname was Chick. Along with Eddie Page and Bernie Manners, he was indicted on charges of burglary and murder. The remainder of the stolen money was found in his hotel room. All told, 99 and 39/100% of the loot was recovered, excepting what Ivor spent for whiskey. Pretty good for federal underwriters. Expense account item 5, $63.30. Miscellaneous while in San Francisco. Item 6, same as 1. My plane fare and incidentals back to Hartford. Total expense account, $551.10. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Remember, friends, Wrigley's Spearmint Chewing Gum refreshes you. Wrigley's Spearmint Chewing Gum gives you real chewing enjoyment. The lively, full-bodied flavor of Wrigley's Spearmint cools your mouth, freshens your taste, sweetens your breath. The smooth, pleasant chewing of Wrigley's Spearmint helps keep you feeling relaxed and satisfied, makes whatever you're doing more enjoyable. Yes, for refreshment plus chewing enjoyment, treat yourself often to Wrigley's Spearmint Chewing Gum. Millions enjoy it daily. Get a few packages and always keep some handy. That's Wrigley's Spearmint Chewing Gum. Healthful, refreshing, delicious. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, brought to you by Wrigley's Spearmint Chewing Gum, stars John Lund in the title role and was written by E. Jack Newman with music by Eddie Dunstetter. Featured in tonight's cast were Bill Johnstone, Clayton Post, Bill Conrad, Peter Leeds, and Howard McNear. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, is transcribed in Hollywood by Jaime Del Valle. The makers of Wrigley's Spearmint Chewing Gum hope you enjoyed tonight's story of Johnny Dollar and that you're enjoying delicious Wrigley's Spearmint Chewing Gum every day. This is Charles Lyon, inviting you to join us again next week at this same time when from Hollywood, John Lund returns as
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Many of the war orphans of Korea are dying of starvation and exposure. Without your help, they cannot live. We can send them food through CARE, the American Package Sending Relief Agency. One $10 CARE food package will feed 4 children for a month. Send your contribution to CARE's local office or to CARE New York or CARE Los Angeles. This is the CBS Radio Network.